Donald John Trump, a name synonymous with wealth, ambition, and for many controversy. His journey from real estate mogul to reality TV star to the 45th President of the United States was one for the history books. Trump's political rise was unexpected, fueled by populist rhetoric and a promise to make America great again. His presidency was a turbulent period, marked by fervent support and vehement opposition. His policies on immigration, trade, and foreign relations sparked heated debates, dividing the nation like never before. Love him or hate him, there was no denying the indelible mark Trump left on American politics. He challenged norms, shattered expectations, and left a legacy that continues to reverberate. But on a seemingly ordinary day in August 2024, Trump's world, and indeed the world's, would be shaken.
The setting was Pennsylvania, a state Trump had won in the 2016 election but narrowly lost in his re-election bid. The political landscape was charged, with emotions running high on both sides of the aisle. The occasion was a rally, a staple of Trump's political life, where he connected with his base, railing against his opponents and touting his accomplishments. These rallies were more than just political events. They were a spectacle, a show of strength and solidarity. The atmosphere was electric, charged with the energy of thousands of supporters. Flags waved, chants echoed, and the sense of unity was palpable. Trump was in his element, delivering a fiery speech, his words punctuated by cheers and applause. He spoke with conviction, feeding off the crowd's energy, and they responded with fervor. But amidst the adulation, danger lurked. The crowd, so focused on the stage, was unaware of the threat that had slipped into their midst. An individual, later identified as 20-year-old Thomas Crooks, had infiltrated the rally, his mind consumed by a dark purpose. He moved through the crowd unnoticed, his intentions hidden behind a facade of normalcy. As Trump's speech reached its crescendo, gunshots rang out, piercing the air and sending the crowd into a frenzy. The joyous atmosphere turned to terror in an instant. Panic erupted, screams replacing cheers as people scrambled for safety, unsure of the source of the gunfire. The sense of unity shattered, replaced by fear and confusion. In that moment of chaos, time seemed to stand still. Faces contorted in fear, movement slowed, and the reality of the situation began to sink in.
The Secret Service, trained for such situations, sprang into action, shielding Trump and whisking him away from the stage. Their swift response was a testament to their training and dedication. The world watched in disbelief as news of the assassination attempt spread like wildfire, dominating headlines and sparking a wave of speculation and concern. The event would be analyzed and discussed for days, a stark reminder of the ever-present dangers in the political arena.
In the aftermath of the harrowing attempt on his life, Donald Trump was briefed by the FBI. The gravity of the situation was palpable as the agents prepared to disclose critical information. The meeting, shrouded in secrecy, aimed to shed light on the motives and actions of the would-be assassin, Thomas Crooks. The agents meticulously detailed every aspect of the investigation, leaving no stone unturned. The FBI, tasked with unraveling the mystery behind the attack, had been working tirelessly, piecing together Crooks' life, his online activity, and any potential ties to extremist groups. Their dedication to uncovering the truth was evident in their exhaustive efforts.
The briefing, detailed and comprehensive, painted a picture of a young man consumed by anger and resentment. The agents presented a timeline of Crooks' descent into radicalization, highlighting key moments that led to the fateful day. Crooks, a recluse by most accounts, had a history of mental health issues and had become increasingly radicalized online. His isolation and growing discontent were evident in his digital footprint. His social media profiles, littered with extremist content, revealed a deep-seated hatred for Trump and his policies. The agents noted the alarming frequency of his posts and the intensity of his rhetoric. The FBI, however, stopped short of labeling the attack as politically motivated. They stressed the importance of a thorough investigation to understand the full scope of Crooks' intentions. They emphasized the complexity of the case, highlighting Crooks' history of mental instability and the difficulty in definitively pinpointing his motives. The agents were cautious, aware of the potential implications of their findings. Trump, visibly shaken but resolute, listened intently as the agents presented their findings. His demeanor reflected the seriousness of the situation and the weight of the information being shared.
The briefing, while providing some answers, raised even more questions. The complexity of the case left many aspects still shrouded in mystery. Who was Thomas Crooks, and what drove him to such extremes? The agents pondered these questions, knowing that the answers could have far-reaching implications. Was he a lone wolf, driven by personal demons, or was he part of a larger network of individuals who shared his hatred? The investigation would need to explore every possibility. The search for answers had just begun. The agents were committed to uncovering the truth, no matter how long it took or where it led them. The attempted assassination of Donald Trump sent shockwaves through the nation, but it also exposed a glaring vulnerability: the security measures in place to protect high-profile individuals like the former president. The rally in Pennsylvania, like many before it, was a high-energy event, but it was clear that security protocols had failed. The atmosphere was electric, with supporters eagerly awaiting Trump's speech, unaware of the lurking danger.
Police body camera footage, released to the public, revealed a series of security lapses that allowed Crooks to get dangerously close to Trump. The footage showed officers expressing concern about the lack of security on the roof of the building where Crooks had positioned himself. This oversight was a critical failure in the security plan. Their concerns, unfortunately, proved to be tragically valid. The breach highlighted the need for better coordination and communication among security personnel. The Secret Service, responsible for the safety of the president and former presidents, came under intense scrutiny. Questions were raised about their preparedness and response time. How could a lone gunman armed with a high-powered rifle penetrate the security perimeter and come so close to taking the life of a former president? This incident was a wake-up call for all security agencies.
The incident forced a long-overdue conversation about the adequacy of security measures in an era of heightened political polarization. It became clear that existing protocols were insufficient, and the very real threat of violence. The failures exposed that day demanded accountability and immediate action to rectify the shortcomings, and a comprehensive review of security protocols to prevent such a tragedy from ever happening again. This review would involve not just the Secret Service, but all agencies involved in protecting high-profile individuals.
You know, there were early warnings that many just, well, missed. Analysts had pointed out potential issues, but they were often dismissed or overlooked.
Yes, and these missed signals played a crucial role in shaping the events that followed. It's fascinating how, in hindsight, the signs seem so clear.
Absolutely. It's like you wonder how things might have been different if more attention had been paid to those early indicators.
Indeed, it's a lesson in the importance of vigilance and the consequences of ignoring early warnings.
Right, and it really shows how complex and unpredictable political landscapes can be.
Exactly. As we look back, it's crucial to understand these moments to better navigate future challenges. Thomas Crooks's fall from grace was swift and dramatic. Once a prominent figure, his involvement in the scandal shocked many.
His actions were not just a personal failing, but a significant breach of public trust. The consequences were inevitable and far-reaching.
The attack left a deep scar on the political landscape, raising many questions about security and governance.
This incident was a wake-up call, highlighting vulnerabilities that had been overlooked for far too long.
It's crucial to understand that such attacks are not just isolated events, but symptoms of deeper systemic issues.
Despite the turmoil, many supporters believed that this was a necessary upheaval to bring about real change. They felt it was a moment of reckoning, a chance to rebuild stronger. Narrator, media, wide shot of a large political rally, drone shot of a bustling protest crowd, people rebuilding a community together. In the aftermath, the political landscape was forever altered. Trust in institutions was shaken, and the public demanded accountability.
Looking ahead, the future of security and political discourse remains uncertain. The challenges are immense, but so are the opportunities for reform.
We must learn from these events to create a more resilient and transparent system.
It's about striking the right balance between security and freedom, ensuring that our democratic values are upheld while protecting against future threats.